Hi and welcome to Origin of Concepts. In this video we will explore the architecture of the Pantheon in Rome. This building up there. The Pantheon in Rome represents the temple of all gods and eternal glory, eternal light. With all its architectural origins made with inspiration from the center of the Milky Way, of course. So let's look at the Milky Way. Not kick, it's Danish. Let's start with the entrance. Down in the picture here. This one. The entrance with stairs leading up to a plateau with rows of pillars is visualized by the striped shadow. So, first of all, the striped shadow is first of all the stairs. There are, let me paint it, let's draw it on the right way. There's actually 3 steps. So, to get up to the plateau. But they are also the pillars. The striped shadow here is the pillars. The origin of every single pillar in the world made on temples and churches and cathedrals and all of them. It originates from the Milky Way center. And the striped shadows is the origin, for making pillars in architecture, because they are the gate to the divine disk light, spirit in the Milky Way center. This is what it's all about. The light, the spirit are emanating from the disk here. And And this concept, of course, originated in Egypt. So the pillars is an Egyptian thing. Then let's talk about the pediment, the triangular shape on the pillars, on top of the pillars, which represent the pyramid shape of the dark shadow surrounding the Milky Way center. And let me draw it for you here. The pyramid in the heaven is the outlining of the shadows in a triangle. And this pyramid is also the pyramid of Egypt. This pyramid has been a symbol of the Trinity of Mother, Father and Son since the human brain became able to put 2 rational thoughts together. Because it's the origin of thoughts, how does everything works, Let's start with the mother and the father getting a child, and so does cosmos also work, of course. And of course the little child is the divine light, or the spirit manifesting into the world, of course. And this specific, or this actual architecture of the pediment originated in ancient Greece. So the pillars is from Egypt and the pediment is from Greece. And let me put the pediment here on top of the pillars, just to give you an idea of how things work. There you got it. Okay, let's move inside the dome hall. And I'll use the yellow color for that. The dome with a hole on top represent the arc above the disk in the Milky Way center. So let's start making the arc. So this is the hall seen from the side when you're looking from the street, and look at it. But if you look it from upside down, it will be like a circle here around the disk with the hole on top. And when the sun rays hit the hole, it represents the golden light from the disk, the spirit, entering the dome hole as manifested spirit. So here you see the sun rays going into the hole. And by the way, every time you hear the word sun in regarding mythology, it's always the disk. The sun is named after the disk in the Milky Way center. This is the sun. I'll make a video regarding that concept later. And what else do we got here? Yeah. It's also known in other myths as the cosmic womb. Maybe you have heard that somewhere before. Okay, inside the hall, let me see here. Inside the hall, we got statues standing in some niches around the wall here. Saints, which was earlier Roman gods, but the Christians took away the Roman gods and put in their saints instead and made it to a church. Everything from the ancient world become churches. Such a shame. Okay. And they, of course, all the saints representing the striped shadows here. This is also the apostles, the posts in heaven. And the crowd of people and the gods on Mount Olympus and whatever. It's a striped shadow. And what else do we got here? Yeah, the altar inside. In the one end we got an altar like this, with a picture in the middle here. And the altar represents the altar in the sky. And this is visualized by the area arching over the disk. So let me delete my image here, start over, because here you got the arch. And this is, by the way, also the origin of the inspiration source for making arches in buildings. And here we got the two pillars, which is original, the two shadows here, but they are made like pillars like this to get the opening into the divine world. And on the altar, there's like a golden picture. And this golden picture, one way or another, represent the disk in the Milky Way center here, hidden as Christian or, some Christian figure, I guess. I don't know what's on the picture. I just know it's golden, like the disk, the spirit light. Okay, that was the altar. Then let's move down to the floor. The floor features a central disk. So the floor inside the dome hole has a disk in the center. The disk is surrounded by squares and circles within squares. And let me draw just a circle here. And then you got a square with a circle inside. And they are placed all around the main disk. The squares, the central disk represents the disk in the Milky Way center's core, of course. while the circles symbolize spirit and the squares embody perfection in the mortal realm. And together they signify spirit manifesting in the mortal world, particularly in humanity. And to tell that in a human language, it just means when spirit means man and he obtained the spirit, he got wisdom, They melding together. And he become a good man or a good woman or a good child or whatever. This creation occurs through the light spirit emanating from the golden disk at the center of the Milky Way, of course. This spirit running down and give man wisdom. So that's it. Now you should be able to understand where the Pantheon in Rome comes from, up there. And that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I did. See you in the next video, and until then, take care. Bye.